Archangel Michael asks, do you feel that chill when no one else is? There is a sudden need to look behind you. The whispers in the night that say no, why doesn't anyone else seem to hear? Same numbers, 444, why has 777 been showing again and again? Have your dreams been filled strange faces, unfamiliar names recognizes, but your heart feels the what if I told you the weight of them? Is it not your imagination? You're being observed by more than just eyes of flesh, but via something spiritual, something unseen, yet not everything is friendly. Open this now. This is not the time to scroll by and pretend you don't feel it. I, Archangel Michael, were dispatched by the highest authority to speak with you personally. Heaven has arranged this communication, this was not an accident. Every delay, every sleepless night, every shiver your spine has been tugging you to this precise moment. Someone close has been hiding, smiling in your face, but secretly watching and giggling. I'm with you, yet reporting back to another. Their identity is soon to be revealed. I can see the reality behind their mask. Cloaked in quiet, and heaven says it is its time to unveil it. Your home is not as spiritual eyes are empty, as you suppose. On you, circling, searching, and waiting for the proper moment. I am here to disrupt. At that moment, I instruct you to open your tonight changes. Everything. If you dare to disregard this, the silence speaks louder. If you listen, protection activates. Your breakthrough is dependent on your consciousness. Type 777 if you're ready to break through the hidden shackles. Archangel Michael replies, you have walked through your home. You thought you were alone. You sat in your room, convinced that no one noticed you, your quiet tears and weary heart muttered prayers that hardly escaped your lips. But let me tell you the truth now. You were monitored not only by heaven, not just by angels appointed to your protection. You've been watched by others, both visible and invisible. Some with love, some with jealousy, hidden intentions cloaked in smiles. There is their spiritual surveillance surrounding you that you haven't completely comprehended. Some you felt some of it. Those moments the air thickened throughout the room. To fall silent as soon as you entered where talking paused, only a you passed by seconds too soon. These were not coincidences. These were subtle warnings. These were the first indications that eyes were upon you. Somebody close to you, someone you trusted, was watching. Not openly, not using words, but in spirit, secrecy, and discussions muttered behind closed doors. Your name has been mentioned in rooms where you were not invited in. Your acts were monitored not for your benefit, but to twisted, manipulated, and reported back. A secret power that fears what they are becoming. They're terrified because they know something you've only started to grasp. You were picked. I choose not to remain small. Decided not to remain silent. We chose not to stay beneath the weight of invisible chains. The enemy has sent observers to track your every step because they are afraid what will happen when you finally gain authority. I, Archangel Michael, had stood guard near your home. I've seen their movements. I've heard their plots. And I'm speaking now to reveal what I did not want to believe. I felt uneasy with them. You have doubted and blamed yourself. I wondered if you were imagining things. But I tell you with the authority of heaven, you weren't imagining. You were discerning. The chills were not from terror. They were the truth, rising in your bones. The awkward silences did not indicate paranoia. They were wonderful, allowing you time to recognize who truly supports you and who is secretly opposing you. There are folks who have smiled alongside you and prayed with you, eating at your table. Yet privately, they have aligned themselves with forces of envy and manipulation, and spiritual darkness. They have placed their eyes are fixed on your blessings. Breakthroughs are your anointing, not with admiration, but with envy. And envy is a deadly spirit. It watches for destruction. Your destiny has been tracked. But hear me now. They can't stop what I do, have come to fulfill. Several of you reading this, I pondered why you felt. Even at home, you are being observed. Why the sometimes rooms feel colder. Why shadows appear to linger on the margins of your vision. Why are you awake at 3 a.m. with a place pressure on your chest? These are signs of spiritual observation. Not all eyes. You are human after all. There are spiritual forces have been assigned to impede you, distract you, divert you from the road heaven written for you. They come camouflaged as a coincidence. They conceal behind the faces you once trusted. They enter into agreements you did not, however, others around you did. Agreements spoken in secrecy, jealousy, and resentment. But today, the video ends. Today is the beginning of exposure. The person who has been silent your every step will be tracked. Revealed. Not using violence, not via argument, but through the touch. God moves in irrefutable ways. You will overhear a communication not intended for your ears. You will see a message not intended for your eyes. You will catch a gaze, a slip of the tongue, or a moment of the silence will speak louder than any confession because heaven has decreed this exposure. You have been under. You are under monitoring because you pose a threat to plans of darkness. They do not watch because they are strong, but because they are terrified. Scared of the moment you realize the truth. Afraid of when you call on me, Archangel Michael, to cut every chain they tried to place upon you. Scared of the moment you opened this message and understood it is not arbitrary. It's destiny. The watchers have circled long enough. They will no longer steal your peace. Your joy will not be monitored. They will not. Sit in your circle and secretly I am praying for your collapse. I'm drawing. Tonight, there is a line in the spirit. I am placed swords at the edges of your home. I'm marking your atmosphere with light that darkness cannot penetrate. I am breaking the pact that they made. Without your permission. You will feel it. Shift. You will see the signs. Heaviness lifting, tension breaking, the observers are losing their grasp. Because I did not speak in vain, and I have spoken. You are protected. You are covered. You're free. Don't dismiss. No more warnings. Don't excuse the strange sensations. Do not sweep aside the signs as mere coincidences. Tonight is different. Somebody has been watching. With the intention of harming your future. I've been watching with authority protected. Heaven's monitoring surpasses man's ideas. There you will learn your identity. There your objectives will be exposed, and deliverance will be undeniable. Type 444 if you're prepared to announce, the watchers no longer have influence over me. Archangel Michael declares, you have life. You've been asking for a sign. I beseech heaven to show you who has been working against you. You have been, I feel the tension in the spirit, but now you will be able to see it for yourself. The time for pondering is done. Of exposure has arrived, and I am pulling back the curtain. What you suspected is true. Someone close to you, yes. Trusted has kept a secret. Have been faking, hiding, and smiling while analyzing your vulnerabilities, acquiring information, not for love, for strategy. They've sat at table, strolled through your house and heard your laughter, but behind your back. They have spoken your name. You were not a paranoid person. The Spirit warned you, and I, the Archangel Michael, has been standing at the gates of your home, keeping an eye on everything they move and wait for this moment. Thought their murmurs will remain hidden. They believed in their deeds would never surface. They convinced. You were too distracted, too trusting, too exhausted to notice. But I've been watching. I've been keeping count. Every statement, lie, or disguise they put on when they look you in the eyes. And now heaven is preparing to disclose it. You have questioned why your blessings have been delayed. You've questioned why. Each time you take one step forward, something pulls you 2 steps back. It was not always you, it was the onlookers. It was betrayal hiding in plain sight. Someone was silently praying against what God was building in you. They didn't need witchcraft. Used words, envy, and hidden agreements. Made in rooms you never visited. Those accords are breaking tonight. Tonight, the hidden becomes visible. Tonight, the name will be revealed. Pay attention, you'll hear it. Unexpectedly. A slip of the tongue, a discourse not intended for your ears. A message left open. By chance, a name referenced in moment when no one knew who you were listening. That name has been observing, reporting and delaying what is rightfully yours. But they can't delay it any longer. I am speaking with the authority of heaven. You have the right to know who has stood in your shadow. Pretend to be your sanctuary. This isn't to scare you, it's to set you free. Because, once you know their identify, you will see well and no longer you won't doubt yourself anymore. Question your discernment. Signs have already shown. Sudden coldness, phony concern, that they ask questions that make you feel more like investigations, the way they provide help but appear to thrive when you struggle. This is not compassion. Strategy is the job of someone who fears what will happen when you are. However, freedom has arrived. I've circled and been silent for long enough. Your house, desires, an atmosphere with fire. I've witnessed them hide. However, heaven does not see their actual face. Let secrets reign forever. Watchers will be exposed, the betrayer will be named, and you will be standing in the truth with clarity and strength. They didn't believe you would. They thought they'd reached this point. More time for manipulation, but time has ran out. Their identification has been marked. The name is written on the scroll. I'm holding it in my hand right now. You may hear it from a friend who does not understand they are displaying it. You may hear it through a conversation is not meant for you. You may see it on a screen, a message, or this document was never designed to reach your eyes. That is not an accident, that is divine revelation. The person you trusted been playing both sides, behaving as if they care, while covertly aligning themselves with those who wish to see you fail. They've been watching not to protect but report. They have been using your kindness as a means to gather information, and now the door is unclosing with flames. Do not confront them with the reality. Fury, do not waste energy opposing them. Using words, their own guilt, exposure will speak louder than ever could. Watch how they start to unravel. Observe how their actions expose them. See how heaven makes them confess. Without a single accusation from your lips. They believed they could conceal, but I see in darkness, and I hear whispers. Secret rooms. I pass through locked doors without invitation. Nothing escapes justice. Of heaven, I am not here to destroy. I'm here to defend you, but protection occasionally comes through. Painful truths must be revealed, so you can walk forwards unchained. Your discernment is awakened. The spirit had been prepared for this. Heaviness in your chest, that odd knowing you couldn't explain was I was stirring you, and it was wonderful. Your home will be ready for you tonight. Feel different. The onlookers will sense. They've been exposed, they will act. strange, aloof, uneasy. They will fumble with speech, avoid eye contact. Retreating into quiet is not the spirit of coincidence. Exposure is effective. You are not insane. Are not imagining this, you are stepping into the light of revelation. You see well. You will never return to blindness. Be still and pay attention. Listen to the discussions going on around you. Watch the tiny signs. Heaven is not "I'm finished speaking," the exposure has begun. Type 111 when you're ready to see clearly. And walk in truth. Archangel Michael says, I am speaking to you now with urgency. Because of the time you believed you had, you're actually shorter than you think. Delay is no longer an affordable luxury. Heaven has already activated the alarm. The watchers have been exposed. Your name I had quietly suspected, that confirmed. But the question remains. What are you going to do with this knowledge? You can't sit idle any longer. You cannot remain silent and expect change to happen. I came to your residence by chance. There is a spiritual clock is ticking into the atmosphere surrounding you. Every second wasted permits darkness to regroup. Rework their strategies, to find new ways to ensnare you. That explains why I am speaking so boldly now. You must act. You must now decide who you will serve. Fear or faith, quiet or truth, and delay or deliverance. The watchers had been planning takes too long. They believed you confusion would keep you weak. I believed that your quiet would keep you bound. But I, the Archangel Michael, was sent to disturb the silence, burst the chains, reminding you that heaven does not wait indefinitely. There are moments in life when hesitation becomes disobedience, leads to never. It's one of those moments. I cried for answers. You begged for clarity. Heaven is sending it to you right now. However, there is a price to pay. Move, act, speak up and protect yourself. Draw the boundary. Open the door. Shut the gate. Whatever heaven prompts your heart to, do it without delay. Please do not wait for another sign. Signs have already come. Chills, dreams, the whispers in the night, names spoken accidentally in your presence, the feeling unpleasant in your chest. That was me. That was heaven's hand, shaking you awake. You have noticed that patterns. The phone call came at just the timing was not right. The text that appeared, although benign, it had weight. A visitor who lingered too long and asked inquiries. They didn't require replies. This is not random. These were assignments. Assignments were delivered to distract you. Assignments were sent to collect information. Assignments were dispatched to delay the blessing. That has been lingering over your house, waiting for your complete alignment. Heaven does not send miracles to divided hands. You must reach a definite decision. Now. Watchers can no longer hold influence over you unless you allow it. Break the stillness. Break the cycle. Break their access to yours. Peace, your home, and your thoughts. I have drawn swords about your home. I have angels stationed at your doorway. However, your agreement is required to seal this protection. Your faith must increase. Your mouth must say enough. No more watchers, no more betrayal, there are hidden motives in my life. The urgency nowadays, it is more than simply about protection. It is about fate. What you do in this the moment will shape not only the next day, but that's for the following season. Heaven is aligning. Doors will open, people will enter. Resources will be released, but there is a delay. Blocks the flow. Disobedience is disruptive. The timing. Fear prevents progress. I've been wondering why breakthrough seemed so close yet constantly drifted away. Now we knew the watchers were reporting. The betrayers were stalling. But that stops. Tonight, if you pay attention, move, and you obey. Do not neglect the small instructions. Clean the area where I sensed weight. Close the door to them who are no longer serving your spirit. Delete number of the person who drains your energy. Break the bond that heaven has exposed. They are not dramatic gestures. They engage in spiritual warfare. Disguise. The enemy counts on you. Hesitation. The enemy flourishes in your fear of confrontation. But I tell you, now, conflict does not always imply battle. Sometimes it just means choosing serenity over pandemonium, light over shadow, truth above comfort. You have become too comfortable with the delay, too patient with disrespect, very tolerant of betrayal. Heaven says nothing more. I say no. More. The watchers have had their fill. Their season is about to end. Their access is revoked. Only if you declare it. Only if you move now. Tonight is not ordinary. Tonight is divine. The atmosphere surrounding your home is shifting. The spiritual world is leaning in. I'm waiting for your agreement. Waiting for your authority to increase. Waiting for use your mouth to express what your heart already knows. I'm done being monitored. I'm done with being delayed. I'm stepping into my independence. I am moving into my protection. Heaven cannot force you. Obedience. But heaven will bless you. Boldness. As soon as you move, angels move quicker. You will sense a change. You'll notice the signs. A sudden peace. Where there was weight. A conversation that shows what's suspected. A door closing abruptly. Protecting you from harm. A name was removed. From your group without explanation, but with clarity. These aren't losses. These are deliverances. The watchers will scramble. They will feel their grip slips. Do not be surprised if they try harder in the next days. More texts, more visits, and more manipulation. That's desperation, not power. Stand firm. Speak freely. Pray continuously. Declare freedom every day. I've waited for now is the time to speak clearly. I've sounded the trumpet over your life. It is now. No more delays. No more watchers. No more betrayal tied up kindness. You're standing at your next step is through the doorway. Type 555 to say, I choose faith. Choose freedom. I'm moving now. Archangel Michael says, listen to me carefully. Now. Your home has been under surveillance is not limited to there is surveillance of human eyes. Spirits that have surrounded your home, observing your moves, monitoring your prayers, observing your challenges. Some individuals smile at the silence. Your door, yet behind you, they speak your name with terrible intentions. Someone has walked through your house. Others have attempted to enter. Through dreams, conversations, through technology, and the unseen I've been watching spiritual gates. This unfolded, I stood with my sword. Sketched on the edge of your property defending against forces you did not even know recognize we are near. The reason you have I felt the weight in several rooms. The reason your sleep was disrupted, the why do the same thoughts chase you. Night is because your environment has attacked by eyes that don't wish you are well. You have pondered why things break unexpectedly in your home. Why? Communication feels strained. Why there is now tension where there was formerly tranquility? Why do family members act out of character? These are not insignificant issues. Symptoms of spiritual incursion. People who believe they can monitor you life unfolds, gathering parts of your peace, gathering pieces of your joy, hope to delay what heaven has prepared for you. Yet tonight I am breaking their access. You must understand something now. Watchers don't always expose themselves, they function in silence, distrust, and subtle manipulations. They provide counsel clothed in concern. However, their hearts are sour with envy. They claim to be concerned about your future. But behind closed doors, they sow seeds of doubt, saying your name conversations intended to destroy your steps forward, but not anymore. There are watchers who stand not at the front door, but at the portals of the unseen. They try to listen to your prayers. They attempt to intercept your blessings. They try to confuse your eye. Archangel Michael have been deployed to interrupt them. Your home belongs to the light. The future belongs to the divine. There is no observer from hell or earth has the right to trespass any longer. I've seen that they conducted discussions regarding you, and I have heard the plans they muttered darkness. I have stood beside your bed while you grieved. I thought no one heard you. And I did. Each tear you shed was reported back to heaven. I grieved in private. Your pain has documented in the scrolls of justice. Cries were heard by the courts of this is why I'm moving now. Your home is under new observation. Divine surveillance, angelic powers are they place themselves at every corner, every entryway and window. What once you will now be observed by itself. Those who planned harm will feel it. The weight of their exposure. Their plans. Their strategies will backfire. They'll wonder why nothing happened. It functions like it used to because the coating that protects your home has changed. Where there was weight, there will. Let there be light where there was confusion. There will now be clarity. Was invasive, there will now be divine. Unseen swords provide more defense. Your home is a fortress again. The environment has been sealed again, and your sleep is guarded again. Nevertheless, you must participate in this. You must clean space spiritually. You must talk. Protect your home. You must anoint your doors, rooms, and technology, relationships with words of truth and authority. I cannot force you to claim victory already. 1. I can only offer you the sword. You must take it. Say it out loud. Watcher, seen or unseen, has permission to live in my environment. My home belongs to God. My house is sealed in. My spirit is guarded by angels. On assignment. What was sent against me, what was kept from me is broken. Now revealed, my home is off bounds to every force not sent by heaven. Say it. Say that until the walls understand it. The observers fear it. Say it until your heart believes it. I have set marks of flames on the borders of your home. Watchers will notice them and tremble. They will realize this house is under divine. They will understand that they are under monitoring. Michael stands watch, sword drawn, still. Do not entertain those who carry the old. Bring conversations into the present. Do not invite those who previously betrayed you to sit at your table again out of pity. Civility. Discernment is your weapon. Now, wisdom is your defense. Boundaries are your protection. You will notice shifts. Conversations will occur in the next days. Certain people reveal secret motives. Will distance themselves without explanation. You will overhear things not meant for your ears, but ideal timed for clarification. Doors that once stood open to the wrong spirits will close abruptly and permanently. Do not mourn these shifts. Rejoice. They are your deliverance in concealment. Your house is no longer open for watchers. It is no longer a target. Betrayed. It is no longer under surveillance by forces that mean you. I declared harm, and heaven has stamped it. The watcher's season finishes. Tonight. From now on, you walk. You move through your house in a different way. You speak confidently and pray with authority. You slumber peacefully, knowing those who oppose you will thrive. If you sense a shift as you read the warmth in your chest, tears in your eyes, abrupt, there is a sense of relief because the spiritual atmosphere already exists. My wings are stretched over. My sword lies at your dwelling now. No watcher can pass your threshold. Type 777 to declare. My house is my serenity has been restored and I am safe. Watchers are eliminated. Archangel Michael responds, you've heard my words. You felt the truth pressing upon your spirit. This is not a coincidence. This is your divine appointment. Heaven sent me to speak clearly to you. Due of the delay, the time for clarity has passed. Arrived. You are being spiritual watched. Some people have been watching to hurt you. Some have conspired to betray you. But heaven has been watching over you to keep you safe. And now the watcher's plans have failed. The what was previously hidden has now been disclosed. The unseen has been exposed. The surveillance ends. Tonight. Your house is no longer under their watch. Your house is under heaven's guard. I have stationed angels around your home. I've drawn swords at your gates. I've sealed your environment of protection that no man, no demon or watcher can cross. But please listen to me now. You should not go back. Do not reopen doors for people. Heaven has been gone. Do not entertain. Heaven has silenced these sounds. Do not let the observers return by compromise, fear or pity. This is your moment. Separation, a moment of achievement, moments of divine protection. Walk forward courageously. Declare out, my house. My spirit belongs in the light. To paradise, my peace cannot be taken away. You are not alone, I am near, and I will not leave your side, my sword remains drawn. Until this conflict is entirely completed. Your watchers hold no power. Betrayers have no access, your future is secured. Enter 777. If you're ready to walk through this, protect and declare the watchers vanquished. Are you prepared for the next title and message from me, or will we pause here? Confirm when you are.